Hi Scorpios, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be your March love reading, and I'm going to focus only on love and relationships this month just because we have Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Pisces, and sign of Pisces is a very sensitive sign, and coupled with the retrograde, I feel like it's going to be a lot of chances and opportunities for people to misunderstand each other, to say things that might come across hurtful to other people, and just overall a lot of miscommunications and misunderstandings. So I just want you to be able to navigate relationships just because, they're so important to us in a very positive, constructive way, and something that, maybe that will make you, give you the tools that make it so this time of the retrograde is going to be easier to manage for you. So I'm going to pull some cards for beginning of the month, middle of the month, and then the end of the month, and we'll see what comes up, and then I'll pull some clarifiers for an additional insight in an oracle or two, and that's that. Okay, well, let's see what we have in store for you, Scorpios. Okay. So beginning of the month, we have Justice in reversed, the World upright, Knight of Chalices, which I take it as being as the Knight of Cups. Then we have Three of Wands in reversed. Then we have another three. It's the Empress in reversed. They have the Nine of Cups. Interesting pairing. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles in reversed. A Nine of Wands. Wow, we have two nines. Okay. Oh, another Ace, but in reverse. Scorpios, what's going on with you this month? Wow. Okay, so we have a few nines, we have a few eights, I guess 1 8. It's a lot of completion of the cycles, I feel like. A lot of completion of the cycles. Okay, so let's start. So we'll start with the first of the month, or the first week or so of the month, beginning of the month. So we have the Justice in reversed, we have the World upright, and then we have the Knight of Cups. Now I'll start with Justice in reversed. I feel like in the beginning of the month, a lot of you will feel that whatever treatment they're getting is unfair. Some of you that are coupled might actually be going through some sort of a separation or some sort of a legal battle, that you might feel there was just, I won't say deserving, but maybe it was something that needed to be done. And you'll be really focused on really tipping the scales in your favor. You'll be focusing on really getting that fair treatment that you deserve, and then by doing that, you will be able to complete something that you were so longing for, to either end or to start. So I really feel for you that have been in relationships and are going through a breakup. It's really going to be a time of separation, breakups, and it's, for some of you might be maybe an 8-year relationship, maybe 8-month relationship. But in any case, I think it's going to be something that is going to be beneficial for you, something that is really going to turn your world upside down, in good, in the bad. In the bad, I mean, it's just going to bring a lot of things that you'll have to deal with. But in the positive, which is more so, is that it's going to turn your life on the path that is right for you. So you're letting go of things that are not right for you, and letting go of things that no longer serve you and your true purpose, and the enlightenment with who you are as a person now. So then you can allow other things to come and other partners to come into your life that are good for you, that are, on the same level as you are. And that goes both for singles and for people that are dating. I think the beginning of the month might feel a little like iffy and a little bit like, oh, I don't know. And then there's kind of a little bit of maybe thinking that things are not going your way, but that's changing and changing kind of pretty fast. And then we have the Knight of Cups. I feel like this is where justice to me kind of will be served, in a way of like the person that is no longer serving you is kind of like left to their own devices, and then they're going to be the one kind of in a way hurting, but also be mindful of you not being stuck there, you not being stuck in that feeling of like pining for that old relationship, and then thinking about that partner, or thinking like, oh, what are they doing now? Or if you are just dating, in the dating stages, don't go there. Don't think of like, oh, maybe he's dating other people or she's dating other people. It doesn't serve you, because all that's gonna do is just gonna make you feel really stressed. It's gonna make you feel really angry and frustrated. And just kind of believe that wherever you are right now, it's good. It's a good space for you, and that's where you should be. And then if you're dating somebody, take it for what it is, and even if they're dating somebody, that's okay. You do you, and then the relationship you have with them, it's your relationship with them, and then that's it. That's where it kind of ends, and that's where, like, in due time, you'll know things, and things will come to light that will you'll make it known whether it's a good match or it's not a good fit, and you'll know this. Now, mid-month, we have the Three of Wands in reversed. I feel like, and coming from this energy, I feel like for some of you, this is going to be where you almost like, I want to say like you kind of feel defeated in a way. Even though I say not to go there, but I think some of you will go there, and I think some of you will feel a little bit of defeated, and some of you will feel a little bit like, maybe you're lacking something where it's not the case, And then we have the Empress in reversed. I feel like that's going to take so much power from you, that you're going to feel like you're not good enough, you're not beautiful enough, you're not stable enough, you're not feminine enough, or whatever the case might be. It's like being in that lack mentality, not being able to manifest things, and not being able to like live up to that standard that you set for yourself, that it's not even that you set for yourself, that you let others people set for yourself. So really be careful around this time of like, what do you want? Like, what is that, the image and the standards that you're setting for yourself? Do you let other people set them for you, or you're the one really doing that? Because when you come from a place of like you setting those intentions, you setting those standards, you are attracting what you set forth. And then with the Nine of Cups, right, it's like the wish fulfillment, and like that, having like that, abundance, and that fulfillment on every single level. But here it's almost like, I feel like, and if you notice his face, it's like he wants to get close, but he kind of is pushing a little bit back. So I think this is where it's going to be important for you mid-month, of like really analyzing your thoughts, your patterns, and really it's like your standards, your desires, your wants and needs, your where are they coming from? Is it something that's been forced on you due to circumstances, due to other relationships, due to the other partners, or it's something that maybe it's media related, maybe it's something that, it's like you think that maybe that's what people want. But set your own standards, set your own standards, and keep them high, keep them there, and then manifest that partner that is going to be on that level with you, and don't lower that standards for anybody. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles in reversed at the end of the month with the Knight of Wands. and with the Ace of Swords in reversed. So we have two aces, both of them in reversed. Ace of Pentacles, which is about really like new beginnings, maybe like really manifesting the relationship in a very material, like in a very physical way. So maybe it's really it's about that real commitment. And then we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So it's like that, lacking that clarity, lacking that energy, and that I think really it is about not being able to see and visualize the things that you really want. And I think it's gonna stem from, like, for most of you, it's gonna be from here. I think you're gonna be so stuck in what other people are doing, then you're gonna lose track of what's important to you, what is that your happiness is, what is that your relationship, the perfect relationship for you is. Not that there is any perfect relationship, but the best fit for you is, you know. So I think you're gonna be really at the end of the month, you're gonna be left in a way of, like, very dazed and confused, as they say, of how to move forward. What is that you want? How do you want to manifest this? You know, it's just gonna be, it's gonna be a very confusing time, and a very emotionally and mentally draining time for you. And then we have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, it's kind of almost like, to me, this is a beautiful card because it's kind of being out in the nature, being like, you know, really enjoying the small things in life, and just kind of being one with, you know, just being with the other partner is for who they are. So I think you, in the middle, at the end of the month, you might get that relief a little bit of, like, you know, things getting better. So if you're in a relationship that you feel they might be, you kind of not sure where you stand with the partner, you know, you would have at the end of the month, you're gonna have these moments sprinkled in throughout the month, in the middle, and especially at the end of the month, where everything is gonna be so beautiful, so nice, you know, that you're gonna feel like, oh, we actually get a shot, but then something else happens that throws that under, you know, like all of that around, and you're like, well, what just happened? And it's gonna leave you confused. Or, well, I thought everything was good. Or you can be like, oh, I thought everything's bad, and then all of a sudden everything is good, so you kind of don't know where you stand anymore. So it's gonna be, you know, a very the end of the month specifically, it's gonna throw some wrenches for you. Okay, well, let's clarify. So we have the Seven of Pentacles clarifying the Justice. Yes, I think this is really what you work towards. You're going to see the results of it. You know, like, if you've been the one treating somebody unfairly, you're going to get that in return, and it's going to come twofold on you. You know, if somebody treated you poorly and unfairly, they're going to get what they deserve. Now let's see what this World Cup is about. Seven of Cups. Well, I think, like, in a way, it's like for you, there will be a justice served, and you be, like, moving forward. I think then you're going to have too many options. You're not going to know what to do with them. I think you're going to be kind of almost like overwhelmed by that many options, and there's going to be a chance of, maybe from the fact that you just kind of want to move forward and you want to turn things around, you might be swept away by a choice that might leave you in this space. But let's clarify that card. The Devil. The Devil in reverse. So either upright or in reverse, I feel like both, like, it kind of has a sense of still kind of being stuck in old ways, not being able to change. When it's in reverse, I think it's like the shackles that you think that you have, and then the not circumstances, but what's the word I'm looking for? It's the something that's tying you down, and something that's make you, like, stay, and something I think you're gonna feel more free around the beginning of the month, where you're going to feel like maybe from all these options, you're like, hold on a second, I do have options and I can do other things, and that'll give you a little bit of a freedom to maybe move from, you know, like this headspace. But it could also mean too that maybe it's the other that you might be feeling that the other person has too many options, and that now you're stuck of like, well, maybe they're having too many options, and why would they commit to me? You know, so it's getting, you know, kind of going back and forth with yourself. So be careful about that. Be careful of who you commit. Be careful of toxic behaviors around this time. You know, like maybe overindulging too around this time, just because you're feeling so stressed. Then we have the World clarifying the Three of Wands, but it's the World in reversed. So when the World is in reverse, I think cycles are not ended. So going back to these two, I think change will be so hard for some of you to implement in your life. And then change that has to do with things that you know that are not working out, and you know you need to cut the cord, but you're very reluctant to do so. And let's clarify the Empress. Why is the Empress in reversed? We have the Two of Swords. Now the Two of Swords is somebody that's kind of being blinded and not being able to make a decision, and kind of letting things in other people's hands. So I think this is where the Empress, right? It's like if you're letting your power in somebody else's hands, you're letting other people decide for you. And that's where you that's where, when I was saying before, it's like you're letting other people set your standards. I think this is where the Two of Swords comes in, where it's like you're gonna feel even more confused because, well, but that's how it's been done, but that's how I, you know, was raised, so that's how I've been doing it so far, and it's been working out, but now it's, why is it not working out now? Well, it's because you give your power way too much, and then it's time to take it back. Because the more you let other people decide for you, the more you're giving them the power, and then your life is not, and then you'll feel like in this position of like, oh, things are not working out for me the way I want them to. But let's clarify the Nine of Cups, because it's a beautiful card to get after all of this, right? And we have the Moon. Now the Moon is about secrets. It's about hidden things. It's about things that are might not be what they seem. And then this is coming back to what I said, where it's like she wants to and she's pulling forward, but he's not. You know, he's kind of reluctant a little bit. So I think this is going to be where it's like there's going to be a choice. There's like, if you're the one that is dating, you might feel like there's going to be a little bit of a pullback from your partner or from the person you're dating. And it's because there's something else happening in the background that you're not quite aware of and you don't know, and it's only going to come to light when it's time. So kind of be patient and allow for that to happen, and then don't misunderstand or misread certain, like, the distance for other things, and just ask questions too. Then we have the Hermit clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. Well, the Hermit is somebody that goes within, you know, seeks answers. And with the Ace of Pentacles, clarifying the Ace of Pentacles, I think it's kind of feeling disappointed of not being manifest. So then you kind of I won't say be forced. You'll be advised to go within to search for the answers of like, oh, why wasn't I able to manifest this new beginning? Or why isn't I able to manifest this commitment with this partner? Or why is it taking so long? Whatever the case might be. Now we have the Nine of Cups clarifying in reverse, clarifying the Nine of Wands. You know, this is where, you know how I said that you're going to have these moments peppered in through the month of like everything is so beautiful and perfect, and the rest of the month is kind of different. Well, that's where the Nine of Cups, it's like, yes, things might seem great, but it's for like 1 second, And it's kind of that, like, just for the moment it seems great, but then all of a sudden once the veil is, you know, falls, you kind of see things for what they are. Let's clarify the Ace of Swords, the King of Wands. So King of Wands, it's somebody that's very charming, that knows what they're doing, knows how to talk, knows how to approach situation. It's like that very, very sleek person, like, you know, they really, it's a smooth talker. When it's in reverse, I think it's going to be really, really easy to be swept away by this charming person, by the charming things that they say and how they act, you know. But kind of be aware that it might not be, it's just, that's what it is. It's just kind of like them trying to say the things you want to hear versus really what is true. You know, it's them trying to manipulate the situation in their favor just because they know they can, you know, just because they know that you're in a very vulnerable situation right now, Scorpios. And you're really not a person that is letting their guard down very easy. So in a way, that's a good thing for you this month, of not letting other people take the power away from you and not let them fool you. You know, and I think this is not only just for you so far, this is for all of the water signs. Not letting yourself be fooled for what you see, and just for like that instant moment, and taking it, you know, just for what's been said to you. Take everything with a grain of salt this month, because, you know, with the Mercury in retrograde, again, people, it's just gonna be so easy to be fooled by people and by actions, what they say and what they do is really what you should be paying attention to. And I mean, really, it's both. It's like their actions, their non-actions sometimes speak even more than their actions. So, you know, be mindful of that this month. But let's pull some oracle cards and see what else comes through for you, Scorpio. Yeah, I feel like yeah, this month for pretty much everybody is just not let themselves be fooled by things that they just see, you know, and doing their research and really digging deep to find the answers, and taking everything with a grain of salt. Okay, so clean it up. That's sometimes it means like literally, like if you've been postponing cleaning your house, do it. That's the time, because when you have clutter in your house, when you have that, you can have clutter in your mind, you know, and then you're not being able to see things for what they are, just because you're like having all of this like in front of you, that it's like, oh my god, I have to deal with this, and you're like reluctant to deal with it, and then it's piling up and it's adding up, and then you like feel stressed about it. So it's like you're going to this vicious circle. So really, you know, do whatever needs to get done around the house. If you have chores that you've been postponing, do them. But it can also mean clean house, in the sense of like clean house of the behaviors that no longer serve you. Even maybe like clothes, like, you know, honestly, I think that the messages came through for some of you. It's like really, you know, when we're talking about the standards that you're setting for yourself, and then when you let those standards be set by somebody else, you were buying certain types of clothes, but now you're reassessing, do those really fit who I am? So maybe just do a cleanup in your closet, and then just see, you know, do those things that I have really represent who I am anymore? And let's pull another one. Time for a nap. Okay, and that's going to be for the end of the month, and then TikTok. So time for a nap, it's you know, with the moon, it's really just like letting things this month just go easy. Go easy on yourself, go easy on others. Don't push anything, don't rush anything, you know. And like with the Hermit too, it's kind of go within. And sometimes another message that comes through, it's like through your intuition, through your dreams, you might be able to find the answers that you were seeking this month. So really pay attention to your dreams and write them down. And then with the next one, TikTok, I think at the end of the month, probably on the 30th, really, the time will be right. I think the timing for you will be right to step into yourself and really, like, whatever you were working for this month in the relationships, either manifesting a new relationship, manifesting a new you, manifesting a change in your behaviors and the behaviors of your partners. I think that's when you will see that shift happening at the end of the month. So it's a really, really good way of closing out the month, you know. And all in all, I feel like for you, it's going to be really, really important to really look at those standards that you have. Were they set by others, or did you set them? And if you let other people set those boundaries and those standards for you, you know, it's time to dig within and really search. Is it and clean it up, clean that house of things of no longer serving you. Okay, Scorpios, I really have faith in you that you're gonna do what's right for you this month. And you know, you're a strong person. So good luck, Scorpios, and I'll see you in the next month. And in the meantime, if this reading resonated with you, and if you liked the way I'm doing things, please like and subscribe, and you'll get the notification when the next video comes up. That's it for now, Scorpios.